How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year. This is Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. It's been a minute. We haven't had a show, a live stream, anything for Change Your Lives, probably since maybe like the first week of December. I knew I put the video out to let you guys know that I was going to rebrand Change Your Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden. And we're going, Change Your Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden, has always been like a motivational channel where we talk about motivation, personal development, professional development. What I want to do with this year, I'm going to change the channel where we're going to go more into situational advice and everything, and talk more about relationships with people, couples, with your children. Still do motivational things like that, but kind of still maybe kind of go a little bit more from the professionalism stuff, kind of even pick a little bit more that up on my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. So, like I said, the professional stuff, the business stuff, kind of pull away from that, but more so, like I said, again, personal development, relationships, and everything. Do that will change lives and stuff. And that's kind of how I envisioned everything from the beginning. Was starting to change lives, but that's when I started including some of the business stuff and everything. But then when that happened, I started more so going in the direction of the business, entrepreneurship. That was maybe started Mr. Short Dollar, but some of the remnants were still there and changing lives. So again, beginning this year, I want to kind of just restart everything over with that again. So I'm super excited about it. Can't wait. Tomorrow's show, Change Your Lives. Tomorrow we're streaming, every other Thursday, 8 p.m. 1 week we'll do Change Your Lives. The next week we'll do Mr. Short Dollar and the Dollar Hour. But tomorrow's show will Change Your Lives. We'll be discussing, is it okay for a guy to move in with a woman? When is it okay for a guy to move in with a woman? I think it's going to be a pretty interesting show. I want you guys to make sure y'all tuning in. We're going to be streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, on the same names, Change Your Life, hosted by Deonte Burden. I want you guys to make sure you're leaving comments. Give some interesting comments and opinions so far and everything like that. Also, TikTok under the same name. So please make sure you tune in tomorrow, January 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be discussing is it okay for a man to move in with a woman? Again, this is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I want to do a midday live feed, today to kind of go over something that we normally go over every December. We hadn't went over, and it's like my annual show where I try to just rehash a couple things with everybody in regards to goal setting. And so I want to make the video today in regards to how to reach your goals in 2021. And what I wanted to do is, and just give me a second, I want to kind of get my all my banners and stuff together with that and everything. So bear with me. I'm using StreamYard. It's kind of new to me and everything. So I'm just still getting, all the controls and everything together with that. But again, we're talking about, how to reach your goals in 2021. And as always, we all go into the year, we have these New Year's resolutions. I want to make more money. I want to lose some weight. I want to save, different things and, purchase a car, buy my house. I always go to the new year with the same kind of goals, typically every year. And typically every year we never reach those goals. Now, the reason why we never reach those goals is because typically, for the most part, most people don't know how to set goals and do proper planning. And that's pretty important, blank period. We can go and blame COVID-19. We can blame job didn't happen. We can blame we didn't get a chance to do all the hours. We can say we got sidetracked, whatever. But majority of the times, people don't know the proper way to set goals and do proper planning. So what I try to do, at least twice a year is have a goal setting show where I teach you and give you my blueprint on how to draft goals, implement them, and also kind of go back and check them to make sure you stand on course, and also kind of rate yourself in regards to what you're doing and everything. So this is the Deonte Burden blueprint on how to do that and everything, set your goals. Again, this is how we're going to reach our goals for 2021. Now, remember, again, it's Change Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Change Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got over 200 videos on the channel, a lot of great information, a lot of great content, a lot of stuff that'll help you out with a lot of things in life. So I want you guys to make sure you get a chance to go by the YouTube channel, subscribe, check out the videos, leave feedback, share the videos. Same thing with the Facebook page under the same name and everything. A lot of great information though. Same name, Change Lives on the TikTok as well. So super excited about 2021 and everything with me personally, what's going on in my life, my business and everything, direction, everything's going with me and my family. I'm super excited and ready to knock out 2021. Okay, here's the deal. How to reach your goals in 2021. Let me take a little 30-second coffee break. Starbucks, something else. The first thing what we always want to make sure we're looking at starting our goals is goals got to be two basic things. They got to be incremental and attainable. Incremental and attainable. What I mean by goal being incremental and attainable, incremental means that incremental that you can break, to get to that particular goal to reach, you can break it down in different stages or different steps to get to the goal. Attainable is just basically talking about how realistic the goal is. You want to sit here and say that I want to make $1 million in 2 days. That's impossible. Or even just say you want to make $1 million in 1 year, depending on how much money you make. How realistic that is. And so when we look at if it's can the goal be incremental and be attainable, we're just looking at in terms of can we look at the idea of having this goal, then we look at the result or the end goal. Can we break it down to get there? And is it realistic, even with the breakdown, to achieve the goal? So again, remember, it has to be incremental and attainable. And the first thing when we start talking about the whole goal creation process, what I like to tell people to do is just understand, number one, first and foremost, this is a process. Rome wasn't built in one day, and you're not going to be able to do all the things for you to get that house, you to get that degree, or whatever you want to do in 1 day. So you got to understand this is a process. It's going to take time. You got to be patient. You got to be diligent. And most importantly, you got to be disciplined. Okay. So you have to remember that. Okay. One of the biggest things that throws people off a lot of times when they set goals is that they are not disciplined enough to do it. Everybody wants to lose weight at the beginning of the year. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. And they start off and they're working, but things aren't happening at the pace they want to happen. Again, they see their friend trimming down, looking good and stuff. After a month, they may have had minimal results and everything like that. But you never know, a week or two into that second month, you may just pass them. But people are so impatient and they're so unrealistic about the end goal and everything, not understanding that your journey is just that, your journey. And what other people are doing, just what they're doing. And people get sidetracked and get lost with that. So again, I just want everybody, before we get started, understand that this is a process. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, now what I try to tell people to do, the first step we start talking about goals, clear your head. Want to start with a blank chalkboard in front of us and everything. What I'd say is, let's start the goals. Just brainstorm, free fall brainstorm. We do this a lot in the business world. We free fall brainstorm. We try and get ideas together. We're not just writing stuff down. We're not worrying about who's listening, who's looking. We're not thinking about if something is crazy. We don't think about words that are like stupid or anything like that. We're just free fall brainstorming, writing everything down, just going through everything, just writing it down, and just list it. Just no restrictions. You're not worried about, if it's, how it sounds, whatever. Okay, just write it down. Now, after you wrote down all those ideas, possible goals you wanted to look at it. Remember we said from the beginning, goals have to be two things. They have to be incremental and they have to be attainable. When you look at all those ideas on the board, you got to sit here and decide, do those ideas that you wrote down, do they fall into those two criteria? They must fall in those two criteria. Okay, they have to be incremental, they have to be attainable. If they don't fall into that, cross it out. You want to make sure that at least you're not writing anything that's unrealistic and something that's not unattainable. So we want to make sure we do that that we can do that stuff and wherever we're looking to do it in a certain time frame. It's very important. Okay, because again, just to say I want to save up $1 million and all this kind of stuff, and you're only making $30,000, $40,000 a year. Can you do that in a year and everything? So we just got, again, we want to make sure they're incremental and attainable, so the unrealistic stuff we just gonna kind of just chalk off, our list and everything. Okay, so now what we've done, we went through, we did that little process of eliminations and everything with our list. Okay, if it didn't follow those two criteria, now we're sitting down what we have left. Okay, here's the thing. Now we're going to go into that was just the brainstorming stage as far as just doing the goal creation. Now we're going to go into phase 2, which is the implementation stage. Again, we're talking about how to reach your goals in 2021. Okay, and this is Change Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel Facebook page as well. Subscribe to both. Check out the videos, share them, save them, everything you can with them. Leave feedback and everything. Uh, Stage two, well, step two, rather, we're talking about implementation. The first part of implementation stage is, for each goal, write down what tasks are needed to make them happen, and be as detailed as possible. Okay. So we sit here and say that, okay, I want to save $10,000 this year. For you to do that, let's kind of write down how we do that. We want to sit here and put in X amount of dollars each month, X amount of dollars each week, or whatever. We can do that. We can save it. If we have the capacity to put up $2,000 for 5 months, we can have 10,000. If we want to do it, $1,000 over 10 months, we can do that. But just start breaking it down how to get it. So we're not just actually giving out, raw thoughts. We actually starting to put some thought behind it in regards to, okay, how can we get to this goal? Step two, we look at those tasks, and then we want to start, what I just said, putting it on that timetable. Be very honest and realistic about things, and I always give yourself some cushion. Like we just went over that, we can put in $2,000 a month for 5 months. We can get $10,000. Make it 6 months, okay? Because what things happen, it's something called life, and things get us sidetracked. So we want to kind of just start setting those things up on realistic time frames with doing it. If we're looking at losing, 20 pounds over, 4 months, that means we're trying to drop 5 pounds a month. We got to be realistic. Can we drop 5 pounds? So why don't we do that? Let's make that 5 or 6 months and break that down, get ourselves a little cushion with doing that. So now we have the actual goals, we got the steps to get to the goal, but now we're laying it on a timetable in regards to doing it. Because what we have things that are attainable, and also we're making everything incremental. So now we're sitting and staging, okay, because if I do this this week, it'll make everything happen for me to get at this point at this month, and then if I do it, the summation of all those months together will equal the end goal. If we're talking about doing something over 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a whole year, but we're doing everything in stages, breaking it down. So if we do, like I said again, the summation of everything, we'll reach the final goal. Okay. Step three of the implementation process, what we want to do is plot those items on the board. Now we're looking at what we just talked about doing the stages. Now we're looking at, okay, we have things that we can separate by yearly, monthly, and weekly. And what I suggest, and this is what I've always done, get yourself like a blank calendar. And what I do is each month I already have the total of 2021. And I probably do a video for that, show you guys how so you can actually see mine also. I have my 2021 goals, and then each month I write down my monthly goals. Like I have my January goals, and even broken down further from there, I have my weekly goals. So if again I do everything by each week, those tasks should total what I'm trying to do for the month, and it should cut into that total of the 2021 goal. But again, now we're looking at what we're trying to do, in regards to everything staged up on the calendar, how we're going to do it. Be realistic about the actual task that's going to be a little bit more time consuming, more difficult. You don't want to try to be doing 2 or 3 difficult tasks at the same time, right? So again, if you're trying to do a whole rollout to start a whole new business, as far as creating a business, websites and corporations, insurance and stuff like that, do you really want to be trying to purchase your house during the same time? If that makes sense. Now, if you sit here and say, I'm going to do that, plus I'm going to, make sure that, I do the opening stages of, registering my son for school or something, things that don't take that much. You want to have hard tasks mixed with easy tasks, and maybe even, hard, medium, easy, medium, but you don't want to have 2 or 3 difficult things if you can help it. We're talking about the actual goals you're trying to set, because what happens is, because we can over inundate our lives, and we really can't get things done because we just put so much hard stuff on us at one time. That's why we got a whole year to get these tasks done. Even though you have some things you may want to get done early in the year, but if you already got some difficult stuff to do, it makes no sense to try to put that on yourself, right? So let's not do that. So again, we're at step 3, where we got everything broke down on the calendar, and we're spread out in regards to what we're doing each week, each month, each year, and everything with that. Step 4, that's the thing that this is very, very important. We're getting out of the writing. Now we're doing, those self-checks and everything. You got to have some kind of form of accountability, maybe a partner, some kind of check sheet. I like to have people, sign up if you got an Apple Watch or a Google account, Apple alerts, Google alerts to make sure certain checkpoints kind of keep you in place. You join different groups where you got accountability partners, people looking at each other, kind of where you guys are pushing each other from there, and you actually got those things plotted out. Where okay, this is what should happen at this point. Excuse me, this is what should happen at that point, because we all know. Y'all know, you guys heard it before. People forget, but paper always remember. And when it's something about when you got something in your face all the time when you're walking by and seeing it, it's kind of like a painful reminder. Look, I gotta get it done. It's easy to tell that a lot of yourself and a lot of other people. I forgot. I got busy. Now, when we got to roll down, it does something. It's a little different in regards to trying to do that. Avoid something because you have that thing in front of you that is going to kind of check you if you're lying or if you're dragging your feet. Okay, so we want to have some kind of form of accountability. And last, step 5, we look at doing those reviews. Well, I'm saying, once you got everything down, you got everything mapped out, you got your accountability processes in, those self-check mechanisms. Now you're doing those reviews. Check yourself every week, every month, every quarter, mid-year, during the year. I like to have a good mid-year assessment in May, June, or July, and definitely have another kind of like a yearly assessment in November to see where I'm at with everything. Because what I try to do is get ready to do the next year's goals, start drafting those in November each year. So the 2021 goals, I actually started kind of brainstorming those back in November of 2020. But doing those routine review checks and stuff like that helps you to kind of to make adjustments. Because here's the thing too, you gotta understand, these are goals, these are plans, and things change. You have to kind of, like I said, give yourself that cushion, because if things aren't going a certain way, you could have just, you could have got sidetracked. Something could have happened. You could have health issues, money issues, business issues, work issues. You underestimated something that's a whole lot more difficult than what it was. Something you underestimated, you got it done with them a whole lot quicker than what you thought you were going to get done. And so now you got a little bit more time, so you can make adjustments with your plan from there. Write the notes, take the notes and everything, and just to kind of keep track of it. Again, we have to be disciplined. We have to stay on top of a lot of things with ourselves. We don't want to get where we're not staying on top of certain tasks and certain things. Okay, so I want to make sure we're very aware of that. Okay, we're talking about, again, not just talking about goals we want to achieve or different things we want to do. We want to make sure that we're making these goals. Okay, and if we don't make them in a certain time frame, we can make adjustments so we can at least get cut somewhere into those goals. Okay, and pretty much that's my plan. That I lay out for all of my clients each year. Now here's the deal. You guys know I'm an accountant by profession. I own my company, Majestic Business Service, pretty much like a one-stop shop for small businesses, where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, and one of the main things we do is consulting work. So if you are a professional, future business owner, current business owner, or just a regular person trying to get things in, I'm a life coach as well. So if you need further assistance in setting your goals, planning, strategizing, implementing everything, the links in the description section of all the videos. You can book you an appointment, sit down with me. We can go over how to implement everything in regards to you. Also, we have a link to my personal website, DeonteBurden.com, where if you need me for speaking events, or you want to purchase some of the merchandise from Changing Lives. Also, my other YouTube channel, I got my sweatshirt from Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship. You can check out Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and Facebook as well. Also, got the merchandise on the same link as well for the different stores and stuff. Got a lot of great information for you guys. Again, I am super, super excited about 2021. 2020 was exceptional well for me, business-wise and stuff like that. I mean, it was extremely challenging business-wise and personal-wise and stuff. But again, I'm super excited about going into the new year, getting everything started, and also delivering great information and great content and great assistance to you guys. Okay, so listen. Again, this Change Lives by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I need you guys to make sure you tune into the show tomorrow night. We'll be discussing, is it okay for a man to move in with a woman? Gonna be a live show. Gonna be a great show. I'm super excited about this, the YouTube channel, the show this year and everything. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, Thursday night, January 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we'll be discussing, is it okay for a man to move in with a woman? If you got any questions, need any assistance, like I said, all the contact description and everything. Contact information in the description section below. So feel free to hit me up and everything. Appreciate all the support, you guys. I never got a chance to tell you last month, but I really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for the growth we were able to do with Changing Lives, and also what we were able to do with Mr. Short Dollar. I've been busting my tail, been working hard, for it to happen, but I would have did it with you guys. So again, thank you guys so much. And look, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.